wherever you're watching me from. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Let me wait for a couple of people to come and join us as we make some amazing recipe for mushrooms. And with me, I have they're called pot belly mushrooms. Yep, so that's how they look. And I guess they're called that because they are a little like, you know, they're big, you know. So they're different sizes, pot belly mushrooms. And you know what? I think you can even see, it's funny. This one is so heavy, but this is light. So pot belly mushrooms. There are different types of mushrooms actually. There are different types of mushrooms, but definitely the ones which can be the ones which are edible are the different type of edible mushrooms. So with me here I just have the pot belly mushrooms, and mushrooms have different uses, and they are perfect source of actually vitamin D. One among the foods that are perfect for vitamin D. They're a good source of fiber, protein. So I feel like mushrooms are underrated, but they are such a good food. So with me, I have mushrooms. I have bell pepper. I have tomatoes, onions. I have lettuce. I have an egg there. Then I have my spices, and I had made chapati. So we're gonna do like, I've been talking about those chapati folds. So I was like, you know what? How about I just show you guys on my channel how I do the chapati folds, and yeah. I think I shall wait for a few people to jump on. I think people had joined the other link, but it had so much static, so I decided to start over. Hi, hi, hi. Where are you watching me from? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're just about to start cooking. Welcome, welcome. Please feel free to subscribe and comment. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. So, like I was saying, these are I don't know if you guys have seen this type of mushrooms. These are pot belly mushrooms, and they are a very good source of vitamin D, fiber, like I said earlier. And so I'm going to try and do like 3 different recipes. So first, we will start with our first recipe I'll do in the air fryer. So what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is I will spice them and then put them in the air fryer for about 15 minutes, let them cook, and then I'll make a sauce to put on top of them. I can do 2 ways. I could either do it when they are just the green, or the cooked or uncooked. So that's what we'll begin by doing. For my spices, I'll not make it like too much, too many spices. So I'm just gonna do the smaller ones. I'll do 2 of them. So I have some salt. I'll do a little bit of salt on them. Not just too much, just a little. And then some cayenne pepper. Ooh, that's too much. Oh, that's a little too much. But I like it spicy anyway, so that should be fine. I'll do some cayenne pepper. And I will do some parsley. Just a little bit. And notice I'm doing it on the inside because I know the outside I don't really need to do much on it. And then after that, I will spray it with some oil. So, you know how people normally talk about, when you're cooking on the air fryer, you don't have to use any oil. But the reason why I like to use a little oil is for just a little. Notice I've just sprayed a little. Is so that my food is not dried out. I don't know if that makes sense. And yeah, so that's what I'll do. So I'll put it in the air fryer 15 minutes, and then we'll continue on the skillet with the one with the chapatis. Right? So 15 minutes. 300 degrees for 15 minutes. That's what I'm gonna do. Or let me start low. I'll start with 10 minutes, see how it cooks, and then add more time if I need to. So I'll let that start. And then on this other side, I will chop up my veggies for my skillet. So let's see if I need to push you guys a little down. That's much better. All right, so on this skillet I'm going to do the ones with the chapati. So how we're going to do it is I will cook it with onions, tomatoes. I mean, just the normal way you normally do your omelette. So we are going to do like an omelette like, and then put the chapati on top and then fold it. What is your name? My name is Gladys, Miss GK. Welcome. Please like the video, and let's see. I guess I'll finish that one last. It's too loud. So this meal, I see a question, where is this meal from? This meal is inspired by mushrooms. I've seen people do like different recipes for, you know, the same thing I'm doing, but I just thought to use mushrooms to incorporate them into my meal today. So I'll just put on my skillet, I have a skillet here. I'm gonna do a little bit of coconut oil, and then I will add my egg, just the same way you normally do your omelette, you know. So some people add the vegetables into the omelette. You can do it like when you're doing it like this or on the skillet. So yeah, otherwise, where are you watching me from? I have my pan there going, and mushrooms, like I said, are a very good source of vitamin D. It's one among the foods which have vitamin D, and most people don't normally remember that. So it's a very good source of vitamin D. I will add a little salt. I'll add some parsley, a little bit of black pepper, okay, and then my skillet is coming together. I will chop up some of this. This is just bell pepper. As I wait for my skillet to heat up, so I'll do some bell pepper, and cut them into small pieces. Normally, I don't like the seeds for the bell pepper. I don't know if you like the seeds for the bell pepper. Personally, I do not like them because they don't cook. So I avoid to cook the seeds for the bell pepper for that reason. Okay. Yeah. I'll just chop them. I'll use them for both cooking that and the third recipe, which I'll do for the mushrooms. Okay, I think that's good enough. So at this point, I'll put my fire a little bit down and then put in my omelette. Oh, before I do that, let me cut up some cilantro. And you remember, cilantro is different from parsley. Parsley are the darker, thicker leaves. Cilantro are the smaller leaves. So I'll just use only no stem, just the leaves. Not too much of the stem, more of the leafy part. I want it to taste fresh. Hi, welcome the squad. Welcome Jess, go, welcome to the live. I'll do a little bit of tomatoes, not too many, and a little bit of onions, because remember, this is more like a meal for one person. Yeah, so I don't want too many of them. I have put my fire down, so it should be good to go. And then I'll do a little bit of onions. Okay, finely chopped. Okay, I think that should be good. All right, so we'll put our omelette and then we'll put in our other spices into our omelette. And I put my fire, it's like at 3. Righty. And then, so I will now add, I'll just add a little bit of it. You don't want too much, because remember, this is just more like to add flavor into your omelette. And you can also add cheese if you want. You can put anything. And the star of the show is our mushroom, so we cannot forget our mushroom. And remember, mushrooms can even be eaten raw, right? So I'll just put some mushrooms into the, I think I'll add a little more. I'm cutting it into very thin pieces. Alrighty, add it to our omelette. I hope you can see. Okay, and then do I want to add any more spices? Maybe a little cayenne pepper, just a little bit. I like it a little spicy. And then at this point, I will add my chapati on top. Okay, and then I'll turn it the other way for it to cook. So I'll place my chapati on it and kind of flip it. Make sure your fire is low. Okay, make sure your fire is low, and I can check on it. So the whole point is I want it to stick to my chapati, and at this point I can actually flip it. Flip it and let it cook some, and then I can also flip it back again, so the chapati is gonna heat up My skillet is at low, and then it is gonna heat up into the to make it cook. Okay, chapati, yes. So it's more, so chapati is like roti. Yes, chapati. It's called chapati. So I have a recipe for the chapati on my channel. If you haven't seen it, you can go down below and look up the whole process of how to make the chapati. I had mentioned in our previous videos how to make this, and so I thought to just incorporate the mushrooms so we can see how to, you know, play around with our different ingredients in the kitchen. This actually can be a full meal. If you don't want to use the chapati, you can use something different. You don't have to do that. You can do it with even the tortillas, or you can do it with roti. Rotis are like chapati. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah. I have my fire on low, so I wouldn't be scared about it burning. Okay, so in the meantime, I will chop up the rest of these onions. I'm gonna make a different recipe for the mushrooms. Okay, so you're going to see that, and I'm going to use the same ingredients, so that should be good too. Okay, so it's just cooking slowly. I think at this point maybe I can see, and I think it's also best to use chapati that's not overcooked, and this is coming from the fridge, so it's perfect because I'm kind of like warming the chapati at the same time. I'm warming the chapati and at the same time cooking my egg. So I'll flip it back again for one last time. See, my chapati is not burnt, so I'll let it cook a little. If you want it cooked all the way, let me try and see if it's, yeah, see, the egg is kind of cooked on this side too. If anybody is worried about it not being cooked, because the heat transfers through. Okay, so I'll let it cook for just a little bit, and then it should be good to go. I'll take it out and fold it up. Okay, so earlier I had looked up the advantages of cooking with mushrooms. Let me just read it to us here real quick. I like to do that so that we have a little, you know, we're not just cooking and not knowing the reasons why we are using certain foods. So it says mushrooms are a big source of vitamin D, like I said, and it's among the few plants that have vitamin D. It also has vitamin B, riboflavin, niacin, pantothenic acid, which is for support of energy production and to help us with our nervous system. It's high in folate. Folate is a vitamin which is for fetal development. It has minerals like selenium, which is an antioxidant, potassium, essential for bone, copper, which plays a role in metabolism, riboflavin for vision, blood cell production, fiber, protein, antioxidant. So mushrooms are really, really good for us. So at this point, I think it is done. I will transfer it to my plate. It is good to go. If you want it less cooked, take this away. If you want it less cooked, what you do is you try and reduce your temperature more. And then after that, you will grab a fork. I will roll it up. Okay, so at this point I will roll it up and serve it like that, and there you go. And then let me just rinse this. Rinse my knife and cut it off. And there you have it, your mushroom incorporated chapati omelette kinda is good to go. Okay, and the chapatis are so soft. See how it's just, so that is perfect. So there you have it, our first dish is done. So you can do it like that. You can put anything inside with any ingredients you would like. So that is good to go. Now this other one, I'm gonna do it with, so this is going to be more like a, what's it called, the regular way of making the mushrooms. I think the way I've seen mushrooms made so many times. In the meantime, I will let the ones in the air fryer to cook, and then we can continue. So 10. Okay, I'll just try and speak louder so you can hear me. So I'll put vegetable oil, not vegetable oil, I like to cook with coconut. It's coconut oil. I like the smell of it, but you can use any oil, of course. So I'll just, in a pan, I'll put my coconut oil, and then so we'll start the usual way of making mushrooms. Hi. Hot sauce. Yes, eat it with hot sauce, right? You can even put hot sauce on the top. This, right? You're talking about the chapati, right? Yes, you can pour hot sauce, pour anything. There are no rules. There are no rules when it comes to, I feel like that's the one thing for me. I always say I break rules to my taste buds. Even if it's something that is not normally done, I'll do it to my liking. So, but remember, I've put cayenne pepper, so easy on the hot sauce. I could actually taste it for you guys because it's cooled down a little. Let me. You wanna try some? Try it though. This is perfect for breakfast, on the go sandwich. Very good. And like I said, an easy way to heat up your chapati, your roti, your any flatbread you have. Perfect to reheat it like that. So now let me rinse my hands. Alrighty. So now here we have onions, chopped onions. I'll do tomato, but let me cook my onions first. I think I want garlic, so let me grab garlic. I forgot to put garlic here. Let me grab some garlic real quick. garlic here. And notice I like to use fresh ingredients. I don't like to cook with the not fresh ingredients. Reason being, if you want the genuine taste of food, try and cook it fresh. That way you have a better, a better taste. To give your food a better taste, try and make your ingredients as fresh as possible and as natural as possible. That way you get to enjoy the real authentic taste of food. So I'll just do 2 cloves of garlic. Okay. I think I'll chop them and then press them. Presser. Here. Alright, so you guys can see my pan, right? Is it clear or it's too loud? So yeah, I was saying I prefer fresh ingredients because like if you notice, when you cook with your fresh ingredients to your food, it makes the food taste much better. So if you can, try and use fresh ingredients for your food. That way you can really enjoy the authenticity of the freshness. Alrighty. And then mushrooms take up the flavor to anything you add to it. Mushrooms are like quinoa, in my opinion. You know how quinoa are normally like doesn't have a taste, but if you use mushrooms, if you use spices to your quinoa, it elevates the taste. So that's the same thing. Okay. Okay, like that too. Okay, so we'll do the garlic. I'll add some tomato. I think I can add some more. Chop the tomatoes up. Otherwise, where are you watching me from? Where are you watching me from? What recipe have you tried on my channel? If you have, let me know. If you haven't, please try the recipes that I'm bringing to you guys. Alright. So the interesting thing is I'm going to put the mushrooms before I'll put the mushrooms before I put the rest of this. That way it acquires that, all these spices fast. So that's what I'll do. I think I'll add some of this. This is just bell pepper. I'm cutting a little bit as I go along. Yeah. Bell peppers, like I said earlier, What I don't like is to cook the seeds, because the seeds tend not to cook. They are so hard, so I try not to do that. I don't cook my bell peppers with seeds, not unless it's in soup. Otherwise it will not. They are very, very hard. The seeds don't cook. So here going, oh, our fire is very low. Let me add. Okay, there. Alright. So the different types of mushrooms, I had looked up mushrooms, and remember, whenever you're picking mushrooms for yourself, be very careful. I had seen like the different type of mushrooms that are poisonous. So remember, there are some type of mushrooms that are very poisonous. For example, let me show you. The most common one they had said was this one. It's called a death cap. That one. So just make sure when you're buying or when you're picking your own mushrooms, be careful not to pick mushrooms that are poisonous. Okay? Alright, so then I will add. Oh, okay, so 10 minutes. So there is the ones that I put in the air fryer. They look cooked to me, because remember, mushrooms cook very fast. So what we're going to do is we're going to make I'm gonna add the sauce. I'm gonna make a, I'm gonna make a sandwich from it. So I'll let this one just stay on the side. That was in the air fryer for 10 minutes. It looks cooked to me, so I'm good with that. Here we are gonna make a sauce. Okay, the regular way of making mushrooms. If anybody does not know how to cook mushrooms, so this is the regular way. I just cubed them. Remember, these are the pot belly type, so these are really huge. Like it's the big type. Yeah, so I'm just cubing them. And mushrooms cook very quickly, so if you want a real quick meal, mushrooms is the way to go. If you're vegan, good source of protein for vegans, and an alternative from eating beef all the time. All right, so I have one more, but I think I'll save this one for later. Yeah, I'll save this one for later. I won't cook that one. Put it aside. Then I can actually add a little bit of spices here. I won't overpower it too much. I think I'll just do black peppercorn. I'll keep it simple, and because I'm gonna make it like a sauce, I have Royco, so I'll add it when I'm adding my liquid. I'll put a little bit of salt. Okay. joining us, we had already made some chapati omelets with mushrooms. So you see how I've added the spices and now it's becoming a little bit more wet. Oh, we actually have cooked all of it. Should I cook all of it? Yeah. See how it shrinks? That's the problem with mushrooms. They shrink. They shrivel up. So I was thinking my skillet is gonna, my pot will be too small, but I think it's good to go. So I'll cook all of it. Chop up and cook all of it. You can actually, yeah. All right. Yeah, I think I'll cook all of it. So these are the type which, the pot belly mushrooms are the type that are darker looking. So remember there are different type of mushrooms. There's the white looking one, and then there's, let me show you, there's the ones which look more whitish. So this type, I think this is the traditional. When anyone talks about mushrooms, that's what comes to mind. You can't even like see it clearly because it's so light. See, those are the traditional mushrooms. When anyone says mushrooms, that's what even comes to mind. Not even like, you know, this pot belly, like, you know, but they serve the same purpose as a source of food, that is. All right, so at this point, I think I will wash my hands. Okay, and then I will, should I do the sandwich here? Trying to see, yeah, I can do it on this plate. So I had put my, these are just, whatchamacallit, lettuce. So I'm just putting it ready for my sandwich. I'll do tomatoes. Cut into halves. For the sandwich, I'll do tomatoes. So I have, okay, and maybe a few of the, what are these called? Cilantro. So I'll just do the leafy parts. These ones I'll put them for stew. And then I have onions in the fridge that are sitting in vinegar, so it's more like a, ooh, so tight. Let me see. Goodness. It's not getting open. I need your help, Haida. Okay, there you go. So we're gonna assemble our sandwich. So here I put half part, I cut up onions, chopped up my onions, put half part water and hot water and vinegar, and then put it in the fridge. So it's just more like making the onions perfect for a sandwich. That's what I do. And then remember, we have our pot belly mushrooms that we are gonna use it for making a good sandwich. So instead of using a bun, if you're vegan, instead of using a bun, you can do it this way, and it's perfect. 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 If you're trying to avoid eating carbs, so this is perfect for that. So if you want to add cheese, if you want to add whatever it is you want to add. So here we have our pot belly. I'll do tomatoes. It's just a sandwich, no egg, nothing, just plain vegan. Then I do my cilantro, and then let's cut it up. It's too big. I think just one piece will be good. That should be good. Lettuce. Remember, we already put spices inside our sandwich, right? Inside our mushroom. And then cover it up. Bada boom, bam, bam. Your sandwich is ready. So it's just the pot belly mushroom into there. You have it. You have your sandwich. Ooh, and it's nice and hot. You can add cheese. I didn't want to add cheese. You can make it vegan. Add any sauce you want. Eat it like that. There are no rules, remember? It's your food, right? Mm. 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 My goodness. That is good. So that's just like my sandwich, pot belly sandwich, mushrooms, so good. Earlier we had done chapati onto our omelette with mushrooms. So good. The choice is yours. So, okay. Oh, I forgot the onions. That's what I forgot. You guys didn't remind me. I forgot to put the onions. Oh my goodness, how could I forget that? So you just put your onions on top of your sandwich with the tomatoes. And actually the onions have vinegar, so you don't need to add vinegar. So it will be like a vinaigrette. Okay. In our pan here we have the other ones cooking. Yeah, so our sandwich is ready. Yeah. Are you getting the ideas? You get it? Yes? All right, good. All right, so I'll put back my onions. This is very good for salad, sandwich, perfect. Okay, so now I can add the rest of these ingredients. Tomatoes, so I can add the rest of this to let them cook. So this is just bell pepper, tomatoes, cilantro, and I can add some more cilantro at the end for color. And then let them cook some. So here we had, this is just remember, it was just air fried mushroom into a sandwich. Perfect. Okay. Will I add anything else here? I put I just put the peppercorn or black pepper, right? I haven't added any other spices. What I want to do is I want to do two things. Either I put milk. So should I put milk, or should I make a roux? You know how to make a roux to like thicken your sauce? How you do like you add flour, cook up some flour to thicken the sauce, or you can even use cornstarch, or you can just use regular flour. So if you're vegan and you don't want to, you cannot, or maybe you are lactose intolerant, you could either do coconut milk to add flavor to your mushrooms, heavy cream. If you do drink milk, you can do heavy cream or just regular milk, and then add a little bit of cornstarch if you want it thicker, or if you don't want it thicker, you can just do milk to thicken it, and you can eat this with whatever, however you eat your beef or sauces or like stews. And that's how you can eat. You can also do your mushroom. So I will let the tomatoes and green bell pepper cook a little, and it should be ready and good to go. So mushrooms, if anything, don't be scared to like cook with mushrooms. Honestly, I feel like mushrooms are underrated. It's one dish that is very nutritious and a little expensive, but a very good source of protein. And you see how, unfortunately, a little, like, see how I have here, what were they, three big pot belly mushrooms, and this is just how much it's yielded. So and that's why you see, like, even if you go to restaurants and look and see how they serve mushrooms, maybe like they tell you, oh, your soup has mushrooms, it just comes with like 5 or 6 pieces. It's because mushrooms are a little pricey, but they're a very good source of nutrients for us. So yeah, okay. If you don't like you can add anything. Remember, you can even add peas to make your meal, incorporate more to your meal. You can add peas and carrots and more vegetables, you know. Yeah. So where you're watching me from, we are making mushrooms, all types of mushrooms. If you're just joining me, we had made a sandwich from mushrooms. It's just the pot belly mushrooms, air fried, and then onto our sandwich. And that's just a good, like, the bun is the mushroom, pretty much. Your bun is the mushroom, and the cilantros are just for, I put cilantros inside. So yeah, that's more like the open sandwich, and the closed one is here. So these are pot belly mushrooms that we had cooked earlier. And then also we had made our chapati. Took a good bite of it. Our chapati with egg and mushroom. And now here on the skillet, we are making now like the sauce version of it. Okay. Hi, thank you for coming. Please like the video. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel. I'm really trying to be more consistent, like I promised, and coming with more recipes. So I think I will add a little, I want to do a little, I think I'll do a little milk. I'll put a little milk into my mushrooms. So let me grab a plate. I will do a little milk. That should be good. My milk is cold. I will add Royco to my milk because I'm trying to, or even I can add it there, it's fine actually. Yeah. Okay. So that's just Royco. Royco is a spice from Kenya. It's more like, let me see. Then I'll put in my milk. My milk is not too fatty. I wish I had more fatty milk. It's more skim. It's more on the skim side, so, but it will do the job. So I'll let that boil and it should be good and ready to go. What can I eat this with? I can eat it with rice or ugali, corn, flour, or quinoa. You can have it with anything actually. So the Royco is a bunch of stuff put in together. I know it has, let's see, where is that? Ingredients. Oh, can't even see. Okay, so it already has cornstarch. So it has cornstarch, beef flavor, beef casika, sunflower seed, cumin, cinnamon, garlic, fennel, ginger. Yeah, so it just has a bunch of things to it. So yeah, and our mushroom is coming together, and that's just how you do it. Do you guys have any questions? Have you learned anything here today? Let me bring my 3 dishes here so you all can see all 3. So that's what we've made today. We've done a sauce for mushrooms, we've done a sandwich, we've done 2 sandwiches with mushrooms and that. So this you can eat it with anything. You can even have it with chapati, right? Yeah. So do you guys have any questions? What would you like to see me cook next? Almost an hour. I didn't think I was gonna be here that long. Yeah, it's almost an hour, and I hope you've learned something from me today. We put our flour here. Remember our flour we got from the store the other day? What have you learned from me today? Anything new? If anything, I hope you got inspired to make these dishes. My goal on this channel is to bring different recipes that I'm learning and cooking different things. So today we've done mushrooms 3 different ways. Hope you have learned and got inspired to try and incorporate mushrooms into your menu. Yeah, they are, I feel like mushrooms are underrated, and they are such a good versatile dish to eat. Yeah, so this is already ready, and like I said, mushrooms cook very quickly. So if you want a quick go-to meal, try the mushrooms. Okay, good people. Yeah, so yeah, it is ready. You can even add, if you like, cheese. You can make it more cheesy. You can add cheese. You can, like I said, there are no rules when it comes to cooking. It's whatever you like, cook it to your liking. If you want to add carrots or potatoes, like anything you want. I've seen it even being cooked with beef. You know how you make beef stew and then add in a little mushroom. So there are no rules per se, because it's your food, you're the one cooking, you're the one eating it. So however you want to cook it. Yeah, so there you have it. Our mushroom is ready. Okay, So I'll put the fire off. I don't see any questions. Hi, the squad, the quad squad. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming. Niger Talk TV. Thank you so much for watching and coming today. Jesse, I see VJ Shield, Dragon Lee. Thank you all so much, and everybody else watching behind the tent. Thank you so much for coming and watching. Please try these different recipes and leave me a sweet comment of what you want me to cook next. Otherwise, let's continue subscribing. My goal here is to get my watch hours up and to continue growing the channel. Alrighty, otherwise that's all from me today. Happy cooking, like I always say. Happy cooking, good people. Try and cook more. Enjoy cooking for your family or for yourself. And yeah, let's stretch the dollar. All right, otherwise I'm so grateful for you all watching me here today, and until the next one, thank you all so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Alrighty, ciao ciao, bye. Oopsie.